bases of some old friends and some young friends too. I heard there's a pool going. For how long I'm going to last before I have an emotional breakdown. Well, we'll see how it goes. You know, there's
Hold it up
there's a difference between a father seeing a daughter get married and seeing a son get married. I've had both that get married. I talked to my older daughter about this. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to make it. She said, well, that's because a father and a daughter have a different kind of relationship. You know, when a son gets married, you feel like, all right. And unfortunately, my daughter-in-law couldn't be here, or you'd know what I mean. But when your daughter gets married, it's a different story. For most of her life, oops.
I think I won.
Okay. You had 40 seconds.
19 words if you were counting.
For most of her life, I was the man in her life. And I have a lot of great memories from when I was the man in her life. My first memory is from when she was born, surprisingly enough. You know, her mom really wanted a daughter. She loved her son dearly, still does.
Thank God.
Why is he
But
saying?
she wanted someone she could dress in frilly clothes and put bows in her hair, and you know, Marlon just wouldn't have been real happy with that. But everybody said that she was going to have another boy because of the way she carried the baby. You know, you can always tell. But when Ashley was born, and I first saw that she was a girl, I knew how happy that was going to make Anne-Marie, or did make Anne-Marie, and I said then that she was the prettiest thing I ever saw. And I've told her that many times since then. I remember when she was small, and I'd be sitting in my chair reading my newspaper or magazine, and she'd just come climb up in my lap, and I'd say, you think you can sit on my lap anytime you want? And she'd just say, yes. She had this little list back then. On warm summer days, she'd want to go out on the boat. So we'd go out and drop anchor in Portage Lake, and she'd be swimming around while I got up the nerve to jump in the cold water. And then we'd spend the afternoon just the two of us swimming. I remember she and I going on a trip to Vegas. And on the flight over, she told me her life story. Of course, I knew the story. But it was still great hearing it from her. But then as she got older, she started looking for a replacement. And it took her a while, because she had to have somebody special. She wouldn't accept just anybody. And then after she found someone, she spent the next 4 years or so making sure he was the right person. And as we've gotten to know Doug, we feel she's made the right decision because we've seen how happy he makes her. And that's what every parent wants for their child more than anything, is happiness. So now we've given her away. I've always had difficulty with that phrase, giving her away, but I guess we have to because it's illegal to sell her. But that wouldn't work because she's priceless anyway. So I just hope that, Doug, as we give her to you, we hope you know that on occasion you have to give her back. And always remember that we loved her first. And I hope you feel in your heart, as we give her to you, what I felt in my heart when her mom first had her to me. And just wish both of you, from this day forward, many, many days where you're as happy as you are right now. Love you.
Drink up